Good morning, welcome to the Words of Hope. I'm Art Velasquez, your host. Today we will talk about your prayers can make a difference. In the book of James, chapter 5, verse 16, the second phrase, it says, "The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man avails much." After pondering the perfect sovereignty of God, many have asked the question, why should I even bother praying if God is always going to do His will and His will is always perfect? Then why should we ever pray? It is important to recognize that the answer comes from the same God who tells us that He works all things after the counsel of His own will. This very same God informs us that effectual fervent prayer on the part of His people avails not just a little or for a little while, but much. How can this be? How can an immutable, all-knowing, eternal God listen to our prayers and allow them to influence the outcome of events great and small? How can an immutable, all-knowing, eternal God considers our lowly wisdom and humanly mortal point of view to affect His sublime knowledge in making decision about any events, great or small? Frankly, we may never know or understand, but this one thing we do know. God tells us that our prayers make a tremendous impact. So then, how should you respond to temptation or trials when you experience a lot of what we call misfortunes? The answer is we should pray. What you should do or should you do on behalf of the sick or wayward or people loved ones? When you have problems dealing with erring loved ones? The answer is we should pray. What is your responsibility towards those that have authority over you? For example, your bosses on works, the government officials who casually changes political principles and practices that affects your daily lives. The answer, of course, is we should pray for them. How can you make a difference in the world around you? How can you change the bitter and the sour environment you have at home, at work, and around your own world? And the answer is you should pray. The hard work of sincere and fervent prayer gains much ground. It does great good. God says, "Do you believe me? Do you believe in my words?" He says in Jeremiah 33 verse 3, "Call unto me, and I will answer, and show you great and wondrous things which you previously didn't know." Do you pray like it makes a difference? Yes, your prayers really makes a difference. I hope you find it interesting that God wants to get you involved with Him in His decision making. Yes, His will is irreversible in our perspective, but He says the prayers of the righteous avails much, meaning He wants you to express what you think about a situation, and then He decides. If you have a point, He considers it and does His will after He hears your prayers. Never be tired of praying, knowing that He do hear you and answer all of your prayers. He is not just a hearing God, but He is an answering God as well. God bless you, and I hope for you to see how prayers work and how God desires for you to call and connect with Him through prayers. God bless you, and see you again next time. God bless you. Shalom.